Hi, welcome to Mrs. Park's Algebra 1 class. This is Chapter 7, Lesson 3, Scientific Notation. Okay, so why do we learn about scientific notations? Alright, here's an example why. Space tourism is a multi-billion-dollar industry. For a price of $20 million, a civilian can travel on a rocket or shuttle and visit the International Space Station for a week. Okay. So scientific notation is used when you're talking about very, very large numbers or very, very small numbers, such as $20 million, which can be cumbersome to use in calculations. For this reason, numbers are often expressed in scientific notation. A number written in scientific notation is one of the form a times 10 to the nth power, where a is greater or equal to 1 and less than 10, and n is an integer. Okay, our key concept here for our lesson, standard form to scientific notation. So how do you do it? First step, move the decimal point until it is to the right of the first non-zero digit. The result is a real number a. Note the number of spaces at n and the direction that you move the decimal point. If the decimal point is moved left, write the number as a times 10 to the negative 10 to the nth power. If the decimal point is moved right, then write the number as a times 10 to the negative nth power. So here, if it's left, you can just put it 10 to the nth power. If it's right, then it's going to be to the negative nth power. Remove the unnecessary zeros. So right is going to be negative nth power. Okay, so here's an example of how we're going to do it. So the first step is you want the decimal point right after the first digit. So first non-zero digit number. So you want to put the digit right here. So 2 point and the rest, you're going to count how many spaces you moved. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're going to rewrite this as 2 point the rest of the numbers, and since it moved 8 to the left, 8 spaces to the left, you're just going to put 10 to the 8th power. Okay? So 2.01 times 10 to the 8th power. We put a 1 up to 0.01 because you don't want to put 2.0. You want to put 2 point up to the next non-zero digit number. Okay? Next one here, again, you want the decimal point to be after the first digit, that's non-zero, so the 5.1. Okay, so from here to here, you're going to count. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your answer is going to look like 5.1 times 10. And 5 places to the right means negative, so negative fifth power. Okay, so here's your turn, 1A and 1B. Okay, just remember if it's to the right, it's going to be negative. Okay, so here you're going to have decimal point's going to be here. Count how many spaces. It's going to the left, so it'll be a positive exponent. Here you're going to count how many to the right, and it'll be to the negative exponent. Okay, so put this on a separate sheet of paper and come back when you're done. Okay, welcome back. So, key concept, standard scientific notation to standard form. Okay, so we're going the other way around. So if you have something in scientific notation, step 1, note whether n is greater than 0 or less than 0. Okay. So if it's greater than 0, move the decimal point to the right. If it's less than 0, move the decimal point to the left. Insert zeros, decimal point, and commas as needed for place value. So it's really just going the other way around. Okay. So watch out if there's negative signs. Be careful about the placement of negative signs. A negative sign in the exponent means that the number is between 0 and 1. A negative sign before the number means that it is less than 0. Alright, let's try a few examples of how to write in standard form. So here they're giving you in scientific notation. Okay, so it's 10 to the ninth power. So you're going to add to the right. So from here, you're going to add 9 spaces. So I usually like to just, if you can, 6.32. I'm going to just count 9 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Get rid of the decimal point. So it's 6, 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then if you can count the commas, every 3. So it's this large number here. So you can rewrite your answer in this form. Okay. Now if it's a negative exponent, you're going to go to the left. So you're going to start here and count to the left. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You go one more and it'll be 7. So let me rewrite this. If you have 4, okay. Usually 4 means it's the decimal starts here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is where the decimal point is. Everything else you just count as zeros. And there's that. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, missing one more. There we go. Okay. All right. So next will be your practice. Go ahead and do 2A and 2B on a separate sheet of paper. Come back when you're done. Okay, welcome back. Now, when we're multiplying or dividing in between scientific notation forms, okay, you can use simplifying before you do anything else. So, for example, if they want you to multiply these large numbers, then you can actually make it simpler by doing 3.5 times 7 first, okay, and then 10 to the negative third power times 10 to the fifth power. And we learned this in the previous section where if you have a negative exponent, that means that it's on, you can bring it down as a fraction. So this entire multiplication can be simplified as 10 to the fifth over 10 to the third, which cancels out to be 10 to the second. So this is what they did here. So you have 24.5 times 10 to the second, okay? And then if you want your answer instead in scientific form, you move the decimal 1 to the left, so you have 10 to now to the third, which you don't really need this step. If you want to just do 245 times 10 to the second power, that's times 100. So 245, I'm sorry, was that? 24.5. So 24.5 times 100 is 2450. So, and you can use calculator for that part too. Okay. All right, so go ahead and try these two problems. You are simplifying by multiplying the 10 powers first and then multiply by the digits. Okay. So go ahead, do 3A and 3B and come back when you're done. All right, so when you're dividing, it's the same concept. You just need to organize your numbers. So here you have 3.066 times 10 to the 8th, and you have 7.3 times 10 to the 3rd. Okay, so before when I do this, I'm going to just cancel out the 8 and 3, and it's 10 to the 5th power. Okay, and then you can do actually this in the calculator if you wish. This is what they did here. They did 3.066 divided by 7.3, which became 0.42. Okay, and you have 10 to the 5th power here. All right, this you can actually put in the calculator. It's not that large of a number, but if you want, you can put it in scientific notation. So 4.2 times 10 to the negative 1 times 10 to the fifth, which can be simplified as 10 to the fourth power. 4.2 times 10 to the fourth. You move 4 decimals to the right, and you get 42,000. Okay. Okay, this is your last slide. So do your turn 4A and 4B. Simplify these two scientific notations and put it in standard form. And once you're done, make sure you put that in your book bag and bring it back to school for your homework credit. And that was a really short lesson for today. So thanks for watching.